Uh-oh. What the hell was that?
We'll start it off with a bang. I'm toasting you, Max.
Salud, I'm toasting you back.
Hey, April.
Air cheers.
Air cheers. That's right. We're about 10 feet from each other. This is episode 18. Hey, you like this vintage? You know what this is?
It's Opolo.
Opolo.
I didn't see you sip, though, so we have to do a second air cheers.
All right. Well, I'm talking. All right.
Salud.
Salud.
Jinga. 100 years. Slanche.
That's good. It's been...
tighter than a nun's ass. No, it's good. I like your little aerator.
It's been aerating for a couple hours before you came.
Hey, I was in your neck of the woods here, Santa Monica, on Saturday night.
What were you doing?
On a rainy Saturday night.
It was raining.
It was, and I was very, 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 very reluctant to come down here in the rain on a Saturday night, but I had to because I am the best husband that ever was for any wife. All I do is lift my wife and support my wife and back up my wife and support my wife and lift her up and help her out, and it is a full-time job, my friend. So one of the many things she's doing, she's getting more certifications for her HR. She's back at Second City, and she's taking a course in hosting, and she took a commercial class, and da-da-da-da-da. So she got on this Actors Access, which is horrible, because she got me on it, and they send way too many alerts in a day. I know you can go in and modify the amount of alerts you get, but my God, do I need 35 fucking emails a day from Amazon? I spend money on Amazon. Can't they just leave me alone for a minute? So now she gets this boop alert on Actors Access. Honey, yeah? Would you be interested in going to see a magic show with me? A magic show? What am I, 9? No magic shows. Well, there's this guy, and he's a magician down in Santa Monica, and he's looking for an assistant. And now my wife... I just looked over at your face, and you're like, oh, my God.
I mean, I have this picture of her being sawed in half. And,
all of that.
With the sequin gown out, and she'll...
Yep, dude,
go into the tank with her handcuffs. And
back in the 90s when she was on the cruise ship entertaining people, one of the things she did was all that you just said.
She really was
being a magician's assistant.
Did she like it?
She liked it on the cruise ship, I guess, but she's like, well, maybe this is something I could do. And, you have your picture up on the Actors Access, so if the guy's looking for you and you submit yourself, he picks you.
Right.
So this magician here in Santa Monica picks my wife and says, come on down. I'll give you 2 free tickets. Well, Jesus, I mean, that's kind of an obligation. I mean, it's very generous. But
right. And you're not around the corner either.
No, sir. So I'm just like, well, gosh, do we really have to do this? I mean, she's like, no, I really want to check it out, and I really want you to go with me, and, we'll have fun. We'll make a date night out of it. And she always tries to woo me with, we'll go to a great little restaurant we haven't been to, and we'll have some wine. And well, we didn't know where we were going to go yet, so I said, fuck it, I'm looking at what's to eat around here. And I found Mercado.
I love that place.
Dude, you've got a great restaurant down here called Mercado.
Many.
And it's a Mexican restaurant, but it's like really, really interesting, unique items.
Right.
And you've got all of these extraordinary tequilas and all of these amazing paintings of skeletons and Day of the Dead, and I loved it. I had a potato taco that made my balls explode in my pants.
Is that why you look thinner?
Why?
Because your balls exploded.
I tell you what, I was having such a good time at this Mikado. Even though it's raining outside, we're at the bar, we're having margaritas. I'm building up my wife. I'm telling her everything's going to be okay. And I'm like, oh shit, we still have to go see this magician.
Yeah, that is not your timeout right there. You could have went home after that.
I'm like, where is this place? Well, Mercado is right next to a place called Magicopolis. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, dude. So we go into Magicopolis, and there's a guy with long, shaggy hair and a bushy mustache doing card tricks at the front door. And I think that's the guy because there's a lot of photos of him. Like on the Wall of Fame, there's like pictures of this guy with Penn and Teller and pictures of this guy with Bobcat Goldthwait.
So he's a magical stalker.
Yeah, he's like, and it seems like he's kind of the deal. But he was also behind the bar, and then he was tearing the tickets, and then he was this, and then he was making announcements, and then he's on stage.
Is his name Jim Magicopoulos?
I think his name is Steven Spill.
But he's the whole thing.
Steven Spill, okay? And I'm like, okay, look, this is already very surreal. Like I looked up and, there's a mannequin of a woman being sawed in half, and there's a lot of old Houdini posters and stuff like that, and a bunch of severed hands on the wall. Like it looked like, Thing's family from the Addams Family thing.
Right, yeah, exactly.
If you went to a Thing family reunion, you'd look up and see a bunch of severed hands running around. So I'm like, all right, I guess I can kind of get into this. Why not? And they had a bar, so I'd already had, my margaritas
right.
now.
You're buzzed. You're feeling okay.
I'm feeling a nice buzz. Couple Stella Artois, my friend. And the hipster bartender gave me the Stella Artois, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go find a men's room and make some water. Dude, it is the biggest building in Santa Monica. It was 3 to 4 hallway turn. You could fit a car in this hallway to get to the bathrooms. It's this really old building, and it has been there for years. And I'm getting closer and closer and closer to what I think is the bathroom, only because I can smell the funk of 1,000 Magic fans. Urine and shit and vomit. And I'm like, oh, here's the bathroom. So I walk in, and, they got plastic tied over 2 of the urinals. Fair enough. So I do my business, and the show's starting. Oh, shit. So I get back, and I get inside the theater, and the theater's huge. Lorenzo, this was the most lackadaisical, I could care less, let's just get this over with magician I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he's on stage, and he wants to go home.
So he kind of comes out like, "Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm a magician, and anyway, anybody got a dollar bill? Dollar bill? Anyone?" Like he had his jokes that were kind of built-in automatic reaction jokes,
right?
But these jokes have been in use probably for the past 35 years.
Right. He didn't write them. He just got them from the Magician Joke Book or something.
Oh, I mean, listen, there were Mrs. Doubtfire references, my friend.
Oh, you're kidding.
This is the pop culture went as far as like Mrs. Doubtfire and Cookie Monster. I mean, it was crazy.
Were there more than 10 people in the audience?
Yes. Oh, yes. There were a lot of people in the
Really?
audience.
So he drew people?
He drew people.
Then I give it up to him for that.
He may be a local legend. I mean, there's something very sad and funny about the whole thing,
Right.
but there's also something very curious, like, wow, are people this desperate for magic?
Is
like
he-
it really felt like a dirty, late-night, fucked-up magic show.
He's like the Tony Clifton of magicians?
Thank you. That's a perfect analogy. And you couldn't see his tricks. You couldn't see anything on
Right.
stage. All right, so I'm going to make these couple coins disappear. And hey! All right, so my next trick. I mean, he was awful, but in a beautiful way. Like,
But it's like performance art in a way.
almost, if he's pulling the wool over our eyes and saying, what you think you're seeing is a really great magic show, but what you're really seeing is a very disenfranchised, aging, bitter magician who's had it with this business and
Right.
can't unload this building,
Right.
and just wants to sell beer and tickets in his book, like
Right.
any opportunity to sell his book. And he had his wife up there who was like this Polish magic chick, and there were full skits with wigs and glasses and characterizations.
It sounds like a caricature on the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
it was like a Christopher Guest mockumentary on an aging magician.
Right. Which is actually a great idea for a movie.
I thought to myself, if Nicole actually starts working with this guy, I want to make a movie about his life.
Right. I mean, Eugene Levy as the magician, right? And, of course, his crazy wife is...
Oh, it's our girl. Oh, come on.
I can't remember her name.
It's our girl, Catherine O'Hara.
There you go. Thank you.
So, yeah,
That would be a great film.
So yeah, dude, that just wiped me out. It was so weird. It was so weird. There's so much terrible stuff that you pay tickets to go see. It's like Cavalia. It's out there right now in LA again. It's come back to Southern California.
I kind of wanted to see that with the horses.
I saw it years ago. It's horrible.
Really?
First of all, it's not an official. You go to Vegas all the time.
Yeah.
So in Vegas, you've got the what is it called? The
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil event. You got all kinds of great Cirque shows, and there's some really good ones in Vegas.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cavalia comes off with its white horses like it's a real Cirque show. It ain't a Cirque show. It ain't a Cirque show. It's a wannabe Cirque show. It doesn't have Cirque du Soleil presents Cavalia. It's like Cirque de la Flue presents Cavalia. They're pulling the wool over your eyes, man. And you go into a tent and you watch a bunch of horses run around and you want to shoot yourself. You want the horse to come and step on your head.
Or step on the guy's who's standing on his back's head.
Yeah, that I wouldn't mind. Like, I wouldn't mind if we could get to a point of just watching live death on stage. I'm in for that.
Well, we're almost there. We're almost there.
I mean, if we're going to turn America.
I mean, they do stonings in the Middle East all the time where
That's
people
true.
come and they watch people getting killed.
I've seen those videos.
It's a
They're
show,
terrible.
and it's
They're
been going
terrible.
on for 1,000 years.
But I'm saying if we're
In America, it doesn't happen.
If we're turning this into a dictatorship, and then pretty soon we're going to have like Romanesque facilities to see all this ultra
Kind of a
violence.
breads and circuses kind of thing.
Yeah, I might kind of be into that. That might get me to go out again. As long as I don't hurt animals.
You want to do Max Koch's bread and circuses at the Forum?
Yeah.
Yeah, starting on September 2nd.
Yeah, I don't
Get
mind.
your tickets at Ticketmaster.
I don't mind watching a tiger tear a human being apart, but I don't want to see them hurt the tiger.
So you want to go back to basically the Colosseum days in Rome.
Yeah.
You want to build a big Colosseum.
I've been to the
where
Colosseum.
Where wild animals tackle human
Yes.
beings, and most of the time the human beings lose.
Yes,
But sometimes
they
the
have
human
to
beings
lose all
will
the time.
kill the animal. You have to be
No.
okay with that, which I'm not, frankly.
I'll probably have to leave and go get a beer and then come back.
So just a beer, huh?
I can't watch.
Well, the
that.
main question is, when does your wife start being the assistant?
Oh, I think she's going to take a very polite pass on that.
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm so disappointed. I would be so down with seeing her.
Yeah. No, she definitely was like, okay, I don't think this is for me.
But you had a fun night in my
We
neck
had
of the
a fun
woods.
night, and then when I got home, I redid the entire show in my underwear and my T-shirt at night before I go to bed. Do you sleep bottomless?
I sleep totally naked.
Ew,
I do.
That's so creepy.
I don't. Clothes hinder my movement.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, unless it's absolutely
Who's
freezing.
asking your naked body to be in a bed?
I'm not
Is that
asking
what your
anybody.
wife wants?
I never asked her, but I'm more comfortable that way.
Does she look at you when you get up to go pee?
She's sleeping. It's probably 3 a.m.
But what about in the morning? Like, she's got to wake up and like you do the good morning thing.
Dude,
like you're just lying there with your.
I'm sleeping with her, not you.
I know, but do you lean your arms back behind your head and your
Oh, yeah.
your
Yeah, I always
fucking
do that.
musky armpits are just staring at the ceiling
I
as
sleep
you smile,
with my arms back
embracing your
behind
day.
my head. Always. That's all that I
poor
do.
woman. No.
Yeah.
I
all
wear
all
a
I
t-shirt.
do is I sit in bed and I just say, "Look at me. I have no clothes on. I'm naked." And I put my arms back and I make sure I don't trim my underarm hair, so it's like this gigantic bush of hair. Yeah, that's what I do.
for security purposes, do you have your clothes by your bed?
Security.
What if there's a break-in or an earthquake or an alien invasion? Are you going to run out in front of your
Well,
building naked?
I sleep for comfort. I don't think of the security of how I am. I don't think of like. Well, number one, I'm close to my closet. I could run the 5 feet and get clothes if I wanted to. You know, the closet is not like in another part of the house. So,
I don't know. What if a beam comes crashing down in front of the closet and you can't get to your robe?
well, if a beam comes crashing down, I'm dead.
No, you've just missed it, but you're standing there naked.
Oh, now I've missed
shit.
the beam.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, shit, I'm naked and I've got to run outside now.
You know what? If it's life or death, I will run outside naked. Me being clothed is not my the first thought in my head.
Boy.
Would that be your first thought? Shit is going down. There is a 9-point earthquake, and you either have to run outside and live or stay in and die. But first, you're putting your clothes on.
Not only that,
You're going to bring wipes, and you're going to bring.
I have a little bottle I keep on my sink of conditioner. every morning.
You're running out with a 9-point with conditioner.
Listen, every morning before I do anything, I get out of bed and I take a little bit of the conditioner and some water and I run my hair over the water and I make my hair like normal and I condition it out so I don't have bedhead. Because there are too many fucking guys who get up and walk around in the morning with their bedhead and their stupid tired face. Like, hey, what's going on? Their eyes are closed. I can't wake up. I'm so tired. I can't wake up. No, I'm up. I'm up and I'm coiffed and I'm deodorized. I take a little wipe under each armpit and then I do a little spritz. Then I walk the dogs.
So if the police come or 911 responders to some kind of natural disaster and they say, you got to leave now, you are not leaving until you're coiffed.
I mean, listen, if I have an opportunity,
because that 30 seconds could kill you
spritz.
that you're spending on
all right,
being
well, then at least
coiffed
at least let me grab a hat and a pair of decent shoes.
What if the hat's upstairs?
I don't have an upstairs.
Well, what if it's in a room that's not accessible? You're going to risk your life for your hat so you don't have your bed head?
I keep hats in a few different places. I keep a little wool cap.
You've got a safety hat?
Right outside the front door, I keep a little wool cap. I grab that probably and put it on.
Does it say service hat?
So I won't have bedhead. Service hat. So I won't have bedhead in the event of an earthquake or... I can't
the
look
sad
bad.
Part is you actually think of this.
Yes.
This has never occurred to me ever.
Well, that's because you're a dim bulb. I'm a smart person.
Oh, this is an intelligence issue. Only intelligent people will risk their life to put a fucking hat on.
I don't know anymore. Well, listen.
Oh, you're such a freak. But I love you. I love you so much.
Why am I a freak?
Because you think of this shit like you've got nothing else to think about.
That's not true. I'm coursing my way towards looking attractive in the event of
an absolute catastrophe. So when they save everybody and you go onto the big bus to get out of there, they're going to say, "Whoa, doesn't he look good?
Oh my God.
Let's save him first."
Netflix has a new version of Queer Eye for the Straight.
You know, I actually just heard about that today. And I don't know if the world needs that. For what reason?
No, it needs it. You
think so?
It's so beautiful. I watched the first episode last night, and I was a blubbering sack of nothingness by the end of it. It's so great.
I mean, it was groundbreaking, 15 years ago when...
Sure, and it was a great cast.
Right, but also, coming out as gay men, it wasn't as acceptable as it is today. And now it's just basically under the realm of who cares.
I think it's less accessible today.
I think they've come so far, which is great. I think it's a big who cares. You're gay, who cares?
That may be true, but it depends on what area, because this is a darker, more sincere, more adult version of the show. And sorry, they're going into Montgomery, Alabama, and they're going to help out Tom, who loves NASCAR. And
okay, so they're purposely going into those areas.
Yes, they're going into volatile areas.
And I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It does. There are those areas that are still back in 1940. I get it. But that's their spin. They're not doing it in any kind of, hip, accepting metropolis.
No, I mean, well, look, I've only seen one, but the point is what they did for this guy, how they helped him, how they helped change his life, how they helped clean him up and get him into some... I mean, all the dude was wearing was jorts.
Right. And they're beefing him up and they're giving him a makeover and...
Oh, well, they're cleaning him up, but also what's so extraordinary was his openness. Like, he's a redneck. He's a redneck, okay? And he even makes his redneck margaritas. Well, redneck margarita, you take your Mountain Dew and some tequila and you pour it all in there with a bunch of ice and you get blasted. He's a real redneck.
Right.
And the gays come in and they've got a culture gay and they've got a food gay and they got a grooming gay. Are you kidding me? The grooming gay gives our man some paste because he's got the not Croatia. What is it? The red stuff that gets on your face.
The red stuff?
When your skin gets rosacea. Ropecia. He's got the ropecia on his face. Mm-hmm. So the gay groomer guy gives him cream, and then they leave and they film him, and he's putting the cream on because he's following the program to try to look better.
They're changing him.
Oh, and they did, and it meant so much to him. And everyone's crying at the end, and you're like, see, this is what we could be. A redneck and a fruit can come together and cry and hug each other because they helped each other.
And then that night he went to the bar and he got the shit beat out of him.
That's what I'm telling you, because he had all his friends looking at him
That's
like,
right. What the hell are you
when's this
doing?
gonna end, Tom?
Right.
Why do you keep hanging out with them queers? I like them queers. Don't say no bad things about them. I like them. They're my friends.
As they're kicking his face in.
Yeah, it's just like, everything just needs to be more gay.
Well, the world would actually be a much kinder and better looking place if it was.
Yeah.
Think of all the design that would happen.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Did you have any good soul food when you were in Atlanta?
I went to Atlanta, which was just great to see a couple of good friends of mine. And did I have soul food? No, actually, I had Indian food in Atlanta, believe it or not.
Why?
Because my friend her background is Indian. So she wanted Indian food. She's a fantastic singer.
Yeah, but she lives there and gets to eat Indian food all the time.
That's true.
I would have said, take me to the best soul food kitchen in town. And I know some in Atlanta that I went to when I was in Atlanta.
Right. It's a very cool place. I went, learned all about...
Do you not like soul?
No, I do. I asked her what she wanted.
Fried chicken and collard greens.
And
black-eyed peas.
And grits.
Cornbread. Beans and cornbread.
Fritters.
Beans and cornbread.
Hush puppies.
Beans and cornbread.
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, see, I tell you, I was in Athens before I was in Atlanta. And, it's a hometown of REM. And I went to Automatic for the People, which is based off one of their
It's
albums.
a cafe, isn't it?
It's called, Automatic for the People. And boy, oh boy, is that Southern
Was it good?
fried chicken soul food. Very good.
Kind of greasy, though, isn't it?
That didn't bother me so much, but like the situation with the lemonade was rough because no matter what, you had to have, iced tea, you had to have sugar in it.
Oh, okay.
It's that type of thing.
Really
like,
bitter.
Yeah, it's like I can't get can I get an iced tea with lemon? We ain't got no lemon here. You got iced tea over there. Got sugar in it. No. All right, fine. But, you surrender because you're in the culture now.
And it's automatic.
And it's automatic.
For the people. You're the people, and they make it automatically.
Yeah. But no, I just love... So okay, so you had Indian food. That's good. All right, so what did you do out there?
Well, I went...
You didn't go to that Coca-Cola museum, I hope.
I didn't, but right across the way, actually, is a fantastic museum called the Civil Rights Museum.
Oh, the Civil Rights Museum.
And it's literally just within walking distance of the Coca-Cola Museum. So we didn't do the Coca-Cola Museum, my buddy and I. We actually went to Civil Rights Museum.
Is that by the Martin Luther King Museum?
Not that far. I went there also. It's
yeah.
called the Martin Luther King Center. And
Yes.
I learned all about Martin Luther King and Coretta.
Yes.
Coretta was a musician.
Is that true?
Yeah, Coretta, she got a degree in music in Boston. And that's actually where she met MLK while she was getting her degree in music. So she performed all the time that they were together.
Wow.
Yeah, she was actually quite the person herself. So I learned all about them, and the museum brings you back to that time, and it's got amazing displays, and it's great.
It does. I've been to that one.
It's really fantastic.
I went to Martin Luther King's house, the one he grew up in.
Right.
I went to that, that underground church.
The Ebenezer Church.
Yeah, I went there. Mm-hmm. I found the Lord.
It was fantastic.
Oh, hell no. Oh, it was great.
And I was there on a dark, rainy, cold day, and right down the street from the church is a cemetery called the Oakland Cemetery.
I love cemeteries.
And that's where I was thinking about you. I was walking in the cemetery. It was dark and raining and cold. And I was sending you pics.
Cold.
And it was great.
Death.
It was just...
Do you want to be buried? You want to be
cremated?
No, right?
Cremated. Absolutely.
And your ashes spread over Bahia?
Yeah, in Bahia de Los Angeles.
Is that what's going to happen?
Over feeding whale sharks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's what I want to do.
So Naomi's going to...
And then they'll ingest my ashes and then poop me out.
Wow.
Yeah. True recycling.
Now you're making that poor woman go down there.
I don't know if it's going to be her.
Unsupervised.
I'm not making anyone do anything. It could be my sister. It could be you. Would you do it for me?
Well, you won't be driving, so how am I going to do it?
It's called you driving.
I'll just mail him down to... Who's your guy down there?
I got some guys down there.
Who's the main guy?
Probably Ricardo.
Ricardo! We'll just mail him to Ricardo.
All right, you do that for me.
And he'll do it.
He'll do it for me. All right. Well, that's my plan. What's your plan?
Well, I'm saving all my beautiful dogs that are dying, or that have died. So I've got the ashes of Mickey. I have the ashes of Lily. I have the ashes of Bugsy. And once all those ashes are together, and I die, then I'll become ashes because Nicole will live at least another 30 years.
30?
Oh, yeah.
When are you going to die?
Oh, within at least 10 years.
You're not going to see 80 and 90?
No.
Oh,
Who wants to see that?
I want to see it.
So
I want to be 90 with you.
Ugh.
It'd be great.
You're on your own, Tiger. So the dog ashes and me ashes, and then Nicole will hold on to all those ashes. And then when she dies, Ashley or someone will take all of us and throw us over Cayucas Bridge.
Cayucas Bridge?
Yeah.
The bridge or the pier?
The pier.
The pier.
Yeah.
So you want to be thrown over Cayucas Pier?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I might be around. You want me to go too?
Sure.
And then we'll go drink some wine.
Well, I won't be around.
No. But,
I'll be dead.
But Nicole will be.
Yes.
I'll go with Nicole.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around for a long time.
All right.
I have no plans of leaving.
But don't hit on her or anything. Don't hit on her.
Well, I always wanted to be with a magician's assistant. So. Might be a fantasy of mine.
But yeah, I don't want to be buried underground or anything.
Why take up space?
No,
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't want a tombstone.
Then the worms get you, and
Yeah, no.
you don't want that.
I don't want anyone to know anything.
Right, just put you
If
in the
anyone
fire.
knew me or had a fond memory, that's my marker. I don't want a placard. No. I just want to be in a bag. I want the coroner to give my wife just a bag.
Right.
And all the ashes are in there, and they get dumped in the ocean.
Do you not want any kind of physical memorial and just have a bunch of Facebook posts?
No, I don't mind that.
Okay. So we should have a party and celebrate your life.
Yeah. No, I really want to see. I want to see that. I want to see just how hard my death is going to hit people, because I'm taken so for granted every single day. I cannot wait to see that. That I'm looking forward to. That I'm
not
good
looking
old
forward to
reliable
it,
cook.
but-
You won't have me to kick around anymore.
Who's kicking you?
So I'm going to be gone, and
Right.
I'm going to get to watch one by one everyone come up and completely fall apart at the microphone because they can't even talk about.
So
how
you're going to
much-
be, your spirit will be around watching us.
Oh yeah, that
fall apart.
That I want to see.
What if we're all actually kind of laughing and happy? Is that going to bug you? What if no one's really falling apart?
Yeah, that'll really bother me. That'll
All right.
hurt.
Okay. So you want us to, whether we're
I'd probably
faking or
just
not,
leave at that
just to
point.
grieve and pretend that we're sad.
Yeah, I
Okay,
I
I
want
can
it to
do
be
that.
sorrowful and
Okay.
and just I want everyone to be just broken-hearted and shattered by my loss.
Well, so what you're saying, this is going to happen sooner than later. Is that what you're saying?
I just don't see myself living very long.
Which is why you're going to live very long.
Ugh.
You're going to do it in spite of yourself. I need to ask you a question. Let's put death to the side. Let's talk about life. Now, there's something that you did that I don't know any of the results, so I'm asking you right now.
What'd I do?
You did a DNA test, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you do the swab and send it into some company and they told you who you were and your
Yeah, it's
dad
stupid.
was the king of Estonia or whatever? What was the result of that?
Well, I don't have my percentages. Had I known we were talking about this, I could tell you. But I'm at least 37.3% Irish.
Really?
I was very excited about that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm mostly, I'm definitely white. I'm an Eastern European white man, but a lot of Irish and German, but mostly Irish.
Well, Ireland is not Eastern Europe.
Right, but I'm saying besides that.
Oh, some of your DNA is from Eastern Europe.
Now, where's Eastern Europe?
Eastern Europe is like Lithuania.
No,
Estonia,
none of that.
Hungary.
None of that. Sorry, Western Europe.
Western Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not Eastern. Not all that stuff.
Okay.
That's you and Adam territory.
Right.
Lithuania.
Yeah.
So no, I'm none of that. I'm just a white guy.
Okay.
It was actually nothing very interesting.
Oh, it came back and you went, "Oh, I'm just a white guy."
Yeah.
Did it say you're just a white guy?
Yes.
On the piece of paper.
Yes, it was actually
Okay.
laughable. Like there was nothing exciting in
Right.
there.
It wasn't like that TV show where they said, "Okay, your great aunt was a queen,
Yeah,
and then
no,
your
nothing
family's
like
totally
that.
amazing."
Nothing like that.
Basically said you're a white guy, and
You're a white low loser.
They were all blue collar laborers that
Yes.
shoveled shit for other
Yes,
people.
Yes.
For
and
2
drank
cents.
themselves to
and
death.
drank them. Okay.
Yes. No, none of that.
right.
I would have killed for something Mediterranean. None of that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Eastern Europe. I'm really bad at geography.
That's
but No,
okay.
none of that came in. Why? Did you do it?
No.
Well,
Thinking
why are we
about
talking about it?
Well, because you did. I thought it was interesting. I thought you would give me some more than just I'm just a white
no,
guy.
I'm not the guy for that.
fucking white
You know
guy.
so many exotics. I would talk to the exotics. I wouldn't talk to a white guy with freckles. I mean,
Well, you
it's
never
not gonna
know.
Be
I
an
mean, the whole point is
interesting-
there is that unknown out there.
But not with me.
But it didn't come
I'm
back
so
like
white.
you've matched 98% of this other guy who might be your brother who lives in,
I don't want to
Tanzania?
find out about brothers.
You don't want to know?
No. For example, Tom Payson, my stepdad,
Your
cousin.
stepdad, yeah.
He found out he had a sister.
Right.
Okay, and the sister came from the same womb as he did, so
Right.
it's his half sister, but
Right.
they shared a womb. So now this sister is coming into everyone's lives.
All of this was found out because he did the DNA test.
No.
Oh.
That was all found out separately, but
Oh.
he still did the DNA test, but it turned out that they were a match anyway. They did a whole other separate thing.
Oh.
And now they're about to meet each other. I don't want to if I do a DNA test and find out that I have matches locally, I don't want to know any of those fucking people.
And if they reach out to you saying, "Hey, I think I might be your half brother,"
I'm not answering it. I don't want a half brother.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Listen, 99.9% of the time, they're going to wind up being assholes. Now you're stuck with a half-brother asshole in your life.
Right. Who wants money from you.
That you can't shake. No, I'm not doing it. I don't want any more people. No more. I'm good. I'm good. Is anyone listening? I'm good on people.
You have enough in your life. Your life is full.
Yes.
You've got your harem and your
I've got
posse. You've got your whole core of
I got everything I need.
living under the Max Koch bubble, and that's enough.
Yes.
You have enough people that devote their life to you.
I want all the women in my harems, all my girls, I want them all in just dark shrouds, just weeping at my funeral. Just
Wow, really?
all hunched together, almost like a...
Should I bring an eyedropper just in case they're not? And
Forget
just
the red
pretend
tent.
it?
Not a red tent diary, like a black tent diary. Just everyone's just...
Modeling.
It was the most catastrophic loss of their life.
Right.
But see, here we go with you because you brought this up and you did it yourself. I have a real tough time with your belief system on the Jew thing and
Oh, I didn't bring that up. You just did.
and you're about to get this DNA test and yes, you're
no, I
going to
didn't
find
say
out.
I might do it. I might not.
You're
I
going
don't
to
know.
find out that the Jew that is Jew DNA
Yeah.
is fully in you and you still deny it.
No. All I said, we had this conversation privately, and I'll just disagree. I just don't think it's a race. I think if you come from Eastern Europe, they happen to be Jewish, but they're from Eastern Europe or they're from whatever country, and they're Jewish like they're like the Christian.
That is,
you're not genetically
you
Christian.
seriously don't know how ridiculous you sound.
No, it's the total opposite.
You sound like this is like the most. I would say, if I had to put it as an example, this is the most Trumpy you are.
No, dude, you drank the Kool-Aid. Did you ever do a census test ever?
No.
You never crossed off what race you are on a census test?
Oh, not a census test, but yeah, I've
Yeah,
checked Caucasian.
Yeah. Well, where is the Jewish category? There's so many of them. Why isn't there a Jewish category?
It's under Caucasian.
No, there's not even a Jewish. It doesn't even say the word because it's not a category. It's just a religion. Let me ask you this. You know how old Judaism is? It's 52 or 5,500 years old. Well, if it's a race of people, so that race only happened 5,500 years ago?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Human beings have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. Why is that particular race only 5,500 years old?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's a genetic mutation.
No,
that happened.
it's not.
Okay.
It's
All right.
not. All right. We agree to disagree.
There
but
you go.
It's just a religion. If you're Christian...
Judaism is just a religion.
Yeah.
It is not a biological
Right.
designated
If you-
DNA. If there's anyone who actually listens to this show that disagrees with him, please tell him. I have had my friends, I have had Jewish educators tell him that he's wrong and he doesn't listen.
Because they're wrong. Let me ask you a question. If someone... You're a Caucasian. Can you change to a black man?
No,
Why?
because I'm Caucasian.
Can you change to being Jewish?
I
you
can
convert to
convert.
Yeah.
But
because it's not
but
a genetic issue.
But I won't be
It
a
is
real
not
Jew.
it's not
I won't be a real Jew.
Of course you would.
I won't be a real Jew.
Well, tell that to all the people
I'll be
who
a
converted.
wannabe Jew.
Then all the people that converted will be very mad at you. It isn't a DNA issue.
Mm-hmm.
Race is a DNA issue. It's that simple.
Okay.
It's like people from India. Most of them are Hindu. They're not genetically Hindu.
Right.
They're genetically Indian.
So there's no such thing as a Jewish race.
Right. And there's no such thing as a Hindu race or a Christian race or a Muslim race.
Right.
It's one of the 5 great religions of the world.
Got it.
That's not a genetic component to it.
So why did you change your name? Because you didn't like Larry Talby because it was too Jewish? Why did you change your name?
I didn't change it. It's a nickname. Why'd you change your name to Max?
Because there was another Jeff Cook in SAG.
Right, but did you do it legally?
No, not yet. I don't want to.
Okay, but you didn't.
Well, I had no choice because I can't have the same name as another guy in SAG. So I changed my name. I took a great Uncle Max, and which is weird because you showed me your Uncle Max down there.
I did.
But that had to do with getting into a union.
That's fine, but it's just a choice. It's not because of any religion.
Okay,
or
so it's
denial.
not because you didn't want to be associated with being a Jew.
No,
Okay.
That's all on you. That never even
All
occurred
right.
to me. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm glad that that's the case. I don't believe you, but
I was totally born Jewish. I was bar mitzvah and all that, but none of that's genetic. That's because I was born into the Jewish religion.
does your father believe that?
We never talked about it.
Oh, well, we should.
Okay.
Let's
We'll
get your dad on the horn.
Hey, I wish we could do a phone call.
No, we're doing it right now.
It might not come off on the mic, though.
Just relax.
He's a CPA, so right now he's in the middle of tax season.
He's fine.
So let's see if he answers. Hold it close to the mic,
I know what to do.
and make it turn the volume all the way up.
I know what to do.
Hello?
UV,
Yes.
this is Max Koch calling. We're on Magazine Podcast with your son, Lorenzo. Yes, you're on the air, sir.
We are recording now.
I'm on the air. Okay.
Do you got a minute?
I have a minute.
All right.
For you, I got a minute.
It really upsets me that your son does not believe that Judaism is DNA. He thinks it's just like a religion. You choose it as a religion, like Christianity, like this, like that. You can either be a Jew or not be a Jew. Isn't it untrue? Isn't it true that to be Jewish, it's actually biological?
Well, Max, gee, that's a deep question.
I know. Sorry to blindside you, but this thing has to end.
Wow. Well, actually, I think you're both right.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know about biological necessarily, but it's definitely ingrained for sure.
Thank you.
But that's a mental thing.
Okay? I don't think anyone is necessarily born with a Jewish chip in their brain, but from day one, it sure is there. So I think it's one of the learned things, actually.
Thank you.
Why do you think he's so ashamed of being Jewish?
So
You're
what?
such an asshole.
Ashamed. He's always changing his name. He's always trying to get away from his Judaism. Don't you think he's running away from who he truly is?
No, I don't, because I think he's always part of this family and has been, and I don't think that's a problem at all, because he attends Jewish functions. He considers himself the Jewish. I think the only reason he changes his name is because he's trying to hold himself out as a musician. And musicians are crazy, you know that.
Thanks, Dad. I love you too.
Wow, UV, you gave us a great answer, but I'm a little disappointed. I think you and I both know that a Jew is a Jew. It's in your blood.
Well, it is that, yes. That's true.
But he thinks you can just shake off the Jewishness and jump in the pool.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true.
Thank you.
You can't do that.
All right, here's.
I think it's more ingrained actually than other religions. I really do. I think that other religions do what they do because of habit or because their parents are or whatever. But I think that once you've been taught, and in his case, once he was bar mitzvahed, I think it's ingrained. I don't think it comes in the bones, but it sure is put in there by your parents.
All right, one more question. Victor's choice.
Go ahead.
Victor's choice. Your son Lorenzo or me? You can only pick one.
For what?
For Victor's choice.
Oh, I'm going to have to take Lorenzo.
I can't believe you picked your son over me.
Love you, Dad.
Are you in the throes of tax season?
Are you kidding? The throws? Absolutely. I'm in the throws, and I'm in the arm lock and the headlock and every other kind of Westing hold.
Well,
Got me by the balls, no doubt about it.
well, you're amazing. Thank you for allowing us to torture you with this nonsense.
Well, I'm just delighted that you called. It's so nice to talk to you.
Well, we love you and happy. What's the next big Jewish holiday? Happy
Passover.
Happy Passover.
Remember, but Passover having to do with Christ and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That's all at the same time, right?
Hey, isn't Passover where you open the door and Elijah comes in?
Absolutely.
I love Passover.
Yes, absolutely.
And you hide the matzah?
You do.
I love it. All right, we love you. Go back to taxes. You're a real Jew. I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
See?
What a great guy. And he absolutely nothing premeditated.
That's because
he
loves
spoke
you
his no, he
so
spoke his
much.
mind. No, that's
he loves you so
well,
much
you just can't
that
accept
he has
a different point of
accepted
view.
you.
No, he accepted me, but he spoke his mind and he basically said what I said. We move on. I have been vindicated by a higher authority.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Your dad is
He's one of a kind.
truly spectacular.
He's an amazing guy. One of my favorite people.
now,
of
what's
all
going to
time.
happen when he dies? You're going to be a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. I love my dad. He's fantastic.
I know.
I will be a mess.
It'll suck.
Yes,
but he's
it
not
will.
going anywhere.
Not for a long time.
He'll be fine.
I think so. I hope so.
He's still got a wire in his ticker?
He does. He has a permanent.
So great.
It's actually
So great.
wired to his body, his pacemaker.
I wish I had more to tell you about the DNA test, but
All right.
mine was very boring.
All right. I'm kind of done with the.
Is this the end of the show?
I don't know, man. He sort of took it out of me. But I love all the turns. I love calling my dad. That was completely unexpected. But there is one. If we're going to end on one parental thing, which probably is going to take another half an hour.
Yes.
You just spent a week with your mom at your house.
Too long.
24/7,
Too
7
long.
days a week. And
man.
that must have been killer. I love your mom, but
She's spectacular. But
every day for a week is killer.
every day for a week, and let me tell you, she didn't want to go anywhere. She didn't want to do anything. I just want to do my crafts. Oh, shut up! And we don't have the space like Ashley does. My sister has a really big house, a sprawling stead out in Grapevine, Texas, and Mom can spread out her crafts, and you're none the wiser. Well, in my place, it's a smaller condo, and Mom's right there. And you got to keep appeasing her, and you got to keep her occupied. We left 3 times in a week. One was to go to breakfast. One was to go to a Chester session, which was a lot of fun. And then one was to go out to Cal City, out in the desert, to see my grandma, Patty, Mom's mom, and Gramps. The rest of the time, my mom is home. And little things like the older she gets, it seems to me she gets a lot more defensive. Like I had just put $200 into fixing a coil in our built-in microwave, okay? So I'm sitting on the couch and Mom grazes. She doesn't eat 3 meals. She grazes. I'm grazing. Oh, shut up.
Does she
I'm
keep
grazing.
like 10 things open all over the house?
Dude, it's
So she can graze and pick.
She's bringing food into the bedroom. Mom, we have dogs. Mom, you cannot leave the Girl Scout cookies out because Barney Fife is going to eat them and get sick. Mom! So
Your house is one gigantic buffet all the time.
all the time, nuts, and I'm finding crackers and Mom, why are you going to bed with a glass of beer, a bottle of milk, and a piece of cheese? So
Beer, milk, and cheese?
So she's up in the microwave. Slam. Beep, beep, beep. Slam. Beep, beep, beep. Slam. Mom, can you please stop slamming the microwave door? Why? I'm not slamming it. Slam. It happened so many times until finally I said, Mom, I just put $200 into this microwave. You keep slamming the door. Can you please show some respect and not slam the microwave door? Mom! Slam! Beep, beep, beep. I gave up. You have to pick your battles. I'm telling you. There was nothing I could do. I could only surrender and accept that my microwave's going to be fucked up, that my dog's going to eat chocolate and die, that I'm not going to be able to watch this. I'm not going to be able to watch. Put something on for me. I will tell you this. We did have two really good times actually watching movies because my mom is such a multitasker that she's looking down the whole time on the craft as the movie's playing. I said, Mom, no crafts. Get in the couch, get some wine in your gullet, We're going to look at Chuck.
Chuck.
Which is Liev Schreiber, plays the guy who Sylvester Stallone based Rocky on. This is the real life Rocky Balboa.
Oh, no kidding.
It's hilarious. It's great. It's very charming. Mom and I have this thing. We grew up watching Rocky movies together.
It's a bonding night a little bit.
It's a bonding night. She had a blast with that. The second film, which I was really surprised because I want to see some of the Oscar movies. Because Mom and I used to watch the Oscars together, so it was really nice that we actually got to watch the new show together. I invited up the neighbor babes. I put out a full spread. Do you know how much money I spent on this trip? I just kept shopping and bringing home good tidings.
That's
taking
a lot of
care
money.
of everyone.
Yeah.
What do you need? What can I get
But you're trying to be the good son and show her a great time.
And what does it get me?
Nothing.
So
She went home pissed off at you.
Yeah, so the next day after Oscars, I want to see another Oscar film. I said, Mom, this one I think is really going to grab you. Let's watch it. Come on. Florida Project.
Never saw it.
Dude,
I want to.
You got to see the Florida Project.
To.
And she loved it. So we did have our moments. You know what I mean? But
William Dafoe.
She's very...
And all these unknown kid actors who apparently were great.
Extraordinary.
Someone named Brooklyn something?
Brooklyn should have been nominated.
Yeah, I heard that she was
supporting
fantastic.
actress.
I got to see
You've
that.
never seen anything like it.
But you and your mom shared this moment.
We shared this moment, and it was nice to have those moments. But for the most part, she's very defensive. You know, she's pretty kooky. But I love her, and I tell you what, being around her now is actually so much better than it used to be.
Oh, that's great.
I used to be around her needing her love. Now I don't need her love anymore. If she gives it, great.
You've progressed.
Yeah, it's like I used to be around her holding on to resentments. Well, gosh, Mom, you never call. You never this. You never that. You know. What kind of mom are you? All you care about is Ashley. All you care about is your grandson. I'm left behind. I shook all that off, man. I shook it all off. I let it all go. I forgave. I forgot. And it's fine.
And you can just be and have.
I can just be.
She's just now. She's your mother, but she can just be a person you're having fun with.
Yes, and I gently, like I said, I'll pick my battles. I gently will say, Mom, can you just not slam the door? I had two requests: don't slam the microwave, and please don't bring chocolate into the bedroom that the dogs can eat. And that's it. We had a very, very nice trip, but it was very long. Mm-hmm. But we had a good time.
That's great.
I love her.
Okay, that's great.
I love her.
I thought it would be more crap and more anger and stuff. But now that you've moved on, it's like you can just actually be happier. And when she comes next time, it won't be that big of a deal.
Lorenzo, I got.
But I have to admit, a week is a long time.
While I get more irritable in my old age, I don't get the resentments just melt away. I just can't hold on to them anymore. For anyone.
Life's too short.
Life's too short. Even people who have wronged me, hurt me, broken my heart in the past, whatever, I salute.
You're letting it go.
I wish them all the best. God forbid I ever run into these people. I'll punch them in the face. That's not true. Enjoy your life. Just leave me out of it. And it's fine.
You're in a good space.
I think I've evolved.
You've turned a corner.
Maybe I'll convert to Judaism.
Well, then your DNA will change.
No, it won't. I'll be a fake Jew.
Aren't you a fake Jew now? Look at what you're wearing, actually.
I want to put together 10 professors.
All right, bring them on in.
To combat you on this.
Let's do a show with those 10 professors. I'll have to buy more microphones, but I'm down with it. I accept it.
All right.
All right. This was enlightening, dude.
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was very fun. I think we're done.
All right. See you next time.
Everybody, thank you for listening. See you next time.
It's a mitzvah.